Oh, that's different. See, why does that happen? Why does my microphone randomly decide to change its settings? I didn't touch it at all. Unless there's some hotkey. There's probably some hotkey I don't know about. I just accidentally press occasionally. It's like, oh, you wanted to change your settings? At least it's easy to notice. Anyway, we're playing this game. We're just gonna go. I have some ideas, things I want to do. It's good. At least one item. At least 2 items. So I do this little strategy at the start, where I jump in very fast and just take whatever I can that's right next to the fire exit. While I'm waiting, because otherwise I'd just be waiting for the dropship, which should land right about now. There it is. Since I got here a little bit early, we can... Oh, so I should check if the microphone is working in game for the immersion. Just drop those off there, because sometimes I lose them if I drop them out here when it's late. It's hard to see them. Alright. This game certainly looks very interesting. Oh, was that the ship flying away? That's cool. Alright, we're here now. I'd like to see this. You know what the feeling I just got right now? I expected to see a monster like right here, just hanging out. But that never happens, does it? There's never just monsters just like chilling out in open rooms. They're always like looking for you or like pursuing, patrolling. They're pretty active. I feel like they could totally add a new creature that kind of just like hangs out. I'm not a fan of this. Dead end? Yeah. As always. I had an idea for a monster. So there's spike traps here. Which is cruel considering healing also is like quite busy in this area. Security door. Alright, let's just ignore that. If you're looking up on the ceiling, there's already a bunch of stuff going on. But I had an idea for a monster that kind of like consumed fear. That's one way to put it maybe, but it'd basically just kind of hang out and it would look really creepy. I want to go over there. It would look all creepy, and if it detected that you were scared, so if you like made quick movements or if you screamed, you know, then it would get stronger and suddenly become dangerous. So if you saw it and you freaked out, suddenly you would have a reason to freak out, basically. Please don't die to this. Okay, that was very close. There's something else over here. Egg. Okay, I'll head back with these. How many stationary monsters are there? I don't think there's many at all. I mean, there's certainly some sense of fear in, like, monsters that chase you, you know? Bumpers and your jesters, you know? But that's like, Like regardless of what the threat is, if you're just running from it, it's like the same thing feeling. Like here's a scary thing that's trying to kill me. I'm gonna run away from it. Like that's like kind of the same experience, regardless of the monster. Right, just making sure I don't up on those spikes. I guess the spikes would land on me, not really me jumping on them. But if it's like just some like a turret, okay, I guess turrets. I mean, I don't really consider a turret a monster. It's more of like an environmental hazard. Trap. Hey, dude, I can no longer leave this on the floor. They might have taken an item. Oh, is this it's stash? Yeah, okay. Well, you can have that. It's not worth it to fight the loot bugs. If it was like a gold bar, then like it might genuinely be worth it to like buy a shovel, run back. What is that over there? I think that's a loot room. That's the apparatus. This is a pillar. Not a. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I wouldn't mind taking the apparatus now, dude. I get a feeling. Okay, don't go in there. I get a feeling whenever I'm focused on something to check my back. It's always whenever I'm like really paying close attention to something, that's when a bracken kills me. Okay, well, I'm not a fan of this. I put the flashlight turn off. Is it? Okay, that's still a little bit buggy. Flashlight, you know, it'd actually be easier to, here's the plan. I'll leave these out here. Quite late already. Well, it's like the middle of the day. I'll try to remember to bring those back. Here, I'll take flask. You suck. It's another loot book. I could kill them with the spike traps if I was crazy. That's where the snare tree was. Now, the problem is now I can't see the spike traps as well, especially without the flashlight. You hear them. I think it was... That was the dead end, right? It was here? Yes. So the problem is I can't bring all these items back. Well, actually, I think this kind of works out. I could make one trip back here. Problem is I need to make 3 trips total. Cool. I'd head back to the ship from here, come back to get those items, and then go back to the fire exit to grab those items. So there's probably worms or or a dog at this point. Or the fox. Yeah, that's a new creature that we need to worry about now. I feel like they would make themselves clear. Like you know if a fox is around, they're quite loud. That tells me baboon hawks will probably spawn, which are actually easier to deal with. And remember, I also got these items. That's why assurances the goat. Not seeing them on the ship. Nice, I guess. I will try to get all these items. It's on the first day anyway. You can take these risks. Crazy thing is that if you're going for a higher quota, you actually need to make these risks every single day. Like, oh, it's like midnight. Time to head back for those items that I couldn't get. I mean, I think you can't do that, but like close to midnight, you know. If I remembered which items I had specifically, I would probably go for the side with more value. It's like, oh yeah, I dropped some really high value items off by the fire exit. I should go there instead of here. I think there might have been a laser pointer. That's pretty valuable. But okay, now I'm worried about creatures. I should actually not use all my stamina. to run from any worms. Now the Kidnapper Fox apparently got some changes, some updates. I could probably grab these when I'm leaving. I don't really... Oh, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have dropped the egg like that. So you can outrun the Baboon Hawks pretty easily. I think I need a better name for them. Also, I don't need to be doing this. I don't know why I am. I got the items below this. I would have the flask. It's very late now. I'm gonna conserve my stamina for if they ambush me, I can run. Oh man, it's so dark. Sorry if YouTube compression totally ruins this. You can't see anything. Maybe that adds to the experience. Better not be taking my items. They took my items. No. Well, that's what I get. Like, oh, that won't be a problem. I can just get those later. I should have got. I mean, if I got them then it would have been later. You get the idea. But I got a lot of stuff. 2 days left. Stormy. Do I want to deal with that? March is clear. Yeah, I'll go to March. Now, the fox is interesting. The fox is a really interesting creature. I've had some opportunities to get more familiar with them through other people's playthroughs. Not playthroughs. Other, like, streams and stuff. I believe the company. And from what I've seen, they're, like, very dangerous. It actually might be a case of, different behavior for single player versus multiplayer. Because in my experience, you guys, I mean, if anyone saw the previous stream, they weren't really dangerous to me at all. They were dangerous. They were annoying because they would like hang out on the ship, which I guess is intended behavior. Gosh. Really? Nothing? I think this room should have like at least one item so that you can always be happy to see it, because it's like, oh, locker room. I'm gonna get lots of items. Nope. Absolutely nothing. There's actually nothing in this whole area. Another axle just sitting there. I don't like to see that. It means I think we leave that behind. Lots of two-handed items. This would be nice to have a truck. I feel like the truck is like excessive. Like unless you're in a huge group where you literally get every item in the facility, you can drive them all back somehow. That's like the only time the truck is good. Sorry. Will I be able to bring all these items back? I think I'd like to see a solution to like not being able to bring back all of your two-handed items in a single player run. Although that's like unrealistic to ask for, because if you can do it in a single player run, you can equally do it in multiplayer, you know. I might. That's close. I think it jumps too early there. There's an item here, right? Yes, it's on the other side. For some reason I thought it was over here. Well, there's a thumper. Which one of you are the most valuable? You. I think I'd really rather go to a fire exit. But yeah, about the fox. They like when I dealt with them a lot in the last stream. They were not really aggressive at all. I think they only attacked me when I ran directly into them. And I'm pretty sure it's because they're kind of like the Bracken, where they attack you if you don't see them, you know. So if you're looking at them, they hide away. They don't attack you, right? Unless you like run straight into them, right? But if you're like just walking around normally, they might sneak up on you, get you. Like I did not know. It looks a lot larger, like their perspective or something. So it looked like some huge thing running at me. I'm gonna go over here, and then maybe I'll like head over there and grab that item too. I think I'll leave one behind the horn. Oh. I think this is telling me that Thumper has been here. And they opened the doors. Okay, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Problem. You know, the egg has a chance of not giving me any money. If I try to sell it and it blows up, you know, I get nothing from that. So it's like statistically has lower value than it actually says. So I think one of these would be better. And if I really want to, I could go to another fire exit. I promise that this is a Giants map, and there's a Bracken that I'm aware of. Although sometimes when you like switch between fire exits, the Bracken can't really keep up with you. Like you'll like enter one side of the map and then they'll try to follow you, but then suddenly you appear in a fire exit on the complete opposite side, and it takes forever for the Bracken just to get to you, right? I'll take a look. I'll take a quick look. I don't think I'll like search really deep. I'll see if there's anything in the surrounding rooms, and then I'll just leave. I think that tells me enough. So I'm pretty sure that was both remaining fire exits. Giant. That's kind of creepy. That sound that just tells you something is wrong right now, even if you're not aware of it. I think that if the fox, I should probably get a shovel. That would probably be a good idea. I guess if I wanted like guaranteed value, I should have gone to grab the other axle. Oh well. Giant is too risky. Those clown horns kind of saved that day from being completely awful. The thumper took up a lot of space too. I would have explored a lot more if they weren't there. I could go to Adamance. I think I really prefer just to stick to Assurance as much as possible. And maybe that means that it should be nerfed. That's one argument. If you only ever want to go to one map, maybe that map is too good. I think that means that there's no other good options. It's for what I'm doing specifically. Maybe Vow could be buffed. Oh, that's nice. Like maybe Vow could be like a good alternative. I think actually that is kind of what it's supposed to be. Maybe if bees were way more common, they could be like the good secondary loot, you know? Like maybe the items that you get in the facility aren't as good, but you know, the beehives make up for it. Because they're actually probably a lot easier to get solo, because you're not worried about the bees running off and killing your teammates. You can just focus on them yourself. Actually, yeah, bees are probably a good solution to that. There's a lot of items here, which I'd like to see. I mean that I don't need to go to the main entrance. I'll drop these off and then I'll get the axle on the way back. I think I'd like to see a paid moon. That was like, it costs like 200 to go to, you know? Like, not nearly as bad as the other ones. But it would only be like, it'd basically be like Assurance, but a little bit better. You know? Oh. There's usually not an item down here. I think the engine I'm just gonna leave behind. That's too many two-handed items to bring back at this point. Is that a creature? Oh, this is main entrance. Okay, well I'm actually completely skipping main entrance then, because I can already get the items that are here. And it is a longer trip. Well, actually, is it? I guess I don't know. It feels faster to go from fire exit to See, this is why fire exits can be so good sometimes. If they kind of concentrate all the items. I guess I can also check that's an entire like full inventory of stuff. Like often there's that like tunnel network next to the main entrance. And so before you even get to a place with any items at all, you have to like go through all of those long rooms that are all like winding into each other. Just decrease the time that you need to walk around, and you might get lost. Whereas you can go to fire exit and you immediately are put deep into the facility where you can start right away. Just taking items. What if maybe a mechanic could be added for oh wow, I really scanned them from that far away. Maybe it's just like horizontal in distance. But there should be a mechanic where some items are like fragile, and if you drop them then they break. So it's like they could be like increased in value. So it's like it's harder to move this item around, but it's worth it because it's valuable. Because on maps like Assurance, like dropping items down there, or Titan, where you want to drop items all the way from the top, it's like, well, you can't do that for these items. You actually have to carry them with you. Or maybe you should bring them in the car. If the car was stronger, that would be a nerf to the car, because it's like, okay, some items you really do need to bring out in your inventory. Although, you know, let's say you have a team of 4 players, and you like get all the items in a map. You're probably not going to get more fragile items that you couldn't just fit in your inventories collectively, right? But I think that may be a little bit more interactivity with the items that you have. Could be interesting. Like there's the whoopee cushion, there's the eggs, there's the masks. You know, there's some items that are already like a little bit more interesting than just a piece of scrap. Just adding a little more. Or like the homemade flashbang. I think that's an interesting item because it's like it can get you out of a bad situation, but then you lose value. The problem is that it's really cheap, so it's like, and maybe that's just to encourage you to actually use it. So it's like, oh, I'm not really losing too much value for using this. Same with the eggs, I guess. You can try to use them, but they're so like very random. In the little like diagram of the items, there's a little like rectangle, no, square. I'm pretty sure that's the hitbox for like the sound trigger. It's visible in that view for some reason. I think we've gotten all the items that I want to get. Like, okay, let's say that we have a paid moon that is pretty cheap, so it's not really too bad to go there. And if it's bad weather, then it's like, okay, it's not a huge loss to... Because honestly, that's the biggest problem I have with Titan. That, yeah, it is worth going to. You get a lot better items, and sometimes you can avoid the bad creatures, but it's just like too expensive. And if it's bad weather, you kind of feel like you're forced to stick around, you know? It's eclipsed. Well, I already spent 700 going here, so I guess we have to deal with it, right? And if that makes it significantly more dangerous, not just because of the creatures. And not a huge fan of that. 0 days left, and I need to get a shovel, because I imagine I'll be dealing with that fox. I'll get rid of all the potentially dangerous items, the eggs. Okay. I don't know if that, like, standing back like that helps, because sometimes I feel like it just blows up anyway, right in your face. How much is this? That's enough for the quota. But do I want to sell more? And this is another problem with the single player experience, is that there's just not really much to spend your money on. So many items are based on like the earth, they're used because of the utility with the team, you know? Walkie-talkie for communication, stun grenade, I mean any weapon, stun grenade, zap gun, shovel, it's like, if you're bringing this with you, then you're sacrificing items that you can carry, so not really worth it when you can only carry like 3 items already with a flashlight. I think the flashlights are worth it. Radar booster, can't really use that at all. I'd say like the jetpack is probably the most useful thing, but even then, It's ship upgrades too are all like about that, but communication or teleporters, which I think you can't use when you're in the facility. I'll just keep one on the ship in case of Vox. But I do kind of want to see if they really are that dangerous as people say they are. I feel like if you are aware of them, because they should stick around the plants, right? You need to watch out for them in the plants. But outside of that, they shouldn't be dangerous. That's how they should work, I think. I don't know if that's how they work in reality. Like, jetpack is probably the most useful item that, like, might be worth spending your money on. But the problem is that it's with the two-handed items. You end up, actually, that would be great. If this map, this theoretical upgraded assurance map, what if it had way fewer two-handed items, but maybe it was quite far away from, like, the distance between your ship and the facility would be quite far, so a jetpack would be really worth it because you could travel quickly. So it's like flying with a jetpack, or maybe you don't even need the jetpack, but flying with a jetpack, grab like 3 items that you can actually carry that are pretty high value, and bring that back, right? Go to Adamants. I don't mind this map. It's like a little bit too dangerous, personally. Yeah, like I really want to leave early because the creature spawns, like the baboon hawks, can really stack up and they just kind of kill you. You can't really stack up items outside the facility because they will take them. Fox probably shows up on this map. I don't know if I went to this map. No, they definitely do. I haven't seen them yet. I think another problem with them, the Fox, with the way that I saw like how aggressive that they could be in groups, is that they spawn at the beginning of the day, right? So you like normally it's like, okay, the outdoors is completely safe, at least until like halfway through the day, right? But now it's like, okay, this guy might just show up and kill you immediately, and that really sucks. For the rest of the day, you have one less player. I'll leave them items here. I mean, who knows if a loot bug will show up. Big room, spikes. And that makes sense. Did I see a Bracken? Get to scan my own items there. Not. Oh goodness. Oh yeah. I think I can find like one more item. That's great. Like this led somewhere. Not really a fan of how long this is taking to find nothing. I guess there is another side past this trap, but it's a little bit too fast for my liking. Okay, I can walk around it. I could probably run underneath it. Okay, one more item. That's all I was looking for. Alternate universe where go this direction, grab the remotes, leave the 3 items, and we're all... It's all better, you know. I believe I came from this direction. Open door. I should drop this off too. This is feeling like maybe I'm pushing my luck. I try to explore a lot more. I'll take a quick look into this last path. I'm sprinting a lot. Oh. Well, that's actually perfect. I'd rather not take that egg. There's an item in this room. Oh, two-handed. I can't take that. I'll take this. And the apparatus. And the box. And surely there won't be 100 creatures outside. Safe so far. It might be worth it, genuinely, to try to find all the super light items that I have. Some items don't weigh anything, or they weigh like a few pounds. That was actually like very frightening. The fact that the dog just charged straight at me with no warning at all. I mean, like they're quite loud when they notice you, but they were far enough away where I didn't hear that initial sound cue. So it was just a dog charging straight at me all of a sudden. I'm surprised I didn't die. I do like having the mic on though, and like trying to talk. I don't actually. I appreciate that the dog is there. They're probably easier to deal with than most other most of the creatures that could spawn, and they're gonna be. Well, actually, I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye out. They might be stuck on that area, trying to look for that sound. What is that? Is that a... I'm way lighter with this. Now the problem is kind of heavy. I could try to... The heaviest things are these two. There's the giants. I can run across with these. And if the giant follows me, they'll collapse the bridge. They're still chasing me. Oh, okay. I got some items at least. That wasn't great. Like that's the problem with this map. Even if you get decent items indoors, bringing it back is another problem entirely. At least maybe if the dog didn't show up. So I'm impressed that the giant saw me from so far away. Hate to take quite a long path to get to me. I mean, anything above 200 is like passable, I guess. Okay. Caps lock. Flooded assurance. Just getting wonderful weather, aren't we? Foggy isn't actually really that bad. But no, I'll just go to Marsh. No need to think about it too much. Just go to the one with the good weather. I think maybe I like a map that was like mediocre but always had good weather. So it's like it could always be a backup plan if everything else sucks. It's like, oh well, I guess we'll go to like, or maybe it was like always foggy. So although actually an always foggy map is not great because people want to, if like a new map was released, people would be like, let's go play the new map. And then it's like they can't see anything. It's like, well, we don't actually know what the map is like. Even if it does like serve a good function for the game as a whole. Never expected Lethal Company from our Wayne World channel. Well, there's a few things. First of all, I've played Lethal Company before, twice. So if you want to see more Lethal Company, there's 2 more streams. But also, I don't even consider myself a Rain World channel, or at least I would like to think that. I definitely play Rain World more than anything else, so yeah, that's fair. But I think I would like to do variety. I'm trying to do variety. I'm trying to branch out. To try a lot of different games. And not just be a Rain World channel, you know, but it's, you know. I can't play one game forever. And it's been difficult, especially with some like particularly difficult speedrun stuff. It's like, oh, I can either do the speedrun that I've done 100 times and just keep doing it, or try to come up with some new idea for Rain World, I guess. Fire exit? Let's see what exit this is. The lower one, is it? Yes. So this one has nothing. That's a landmine. Like, ooh, some item. Nope. I think ideally, well, okay. It's very, very difficult. That's an open vent. It's very difficult to start as a variety channel. I'd argue that it's not even possible at all. Well, there's ways. There's ways around it, but like, if you're focusing exclusively on the fact that you're a variety channel, I don't think it will work out. Because I mean, when you're starting out streaming, unless you have some method of getting attention outside of the stream itself, like maybe making clips, or if like other people are involved, like you collab with someone who's like has a much bigger following, shout it, like, you know, that kind of stuff. If you just stream and you just do variety, it's hard to see that working out very well, because very few people show up, and of the people who do show up, it's like, oh, you play this game that I really like, but now you're not playing it. So it's like, well, I'm not interested in these other games that you're playing, so I'm just gonna leave. And you know, there's very low attachment. You know, it's like, oh, some random channel that I just discovered, and they're no longer playing the one game that I liked. So who cares? You know, I think that's normal. There's a billion channels out there making a billion videos and streams. You can't focus on all of them. So if it's just like, oh, here's the one channel that plays the one game that I like, let's stick to this one, right? I think that like the best case. Oh, there are a lot of items in here. I just totally missed. Best case for variety content is to get successful doing one thing, and then prove that you're interesting on your own. That you're that it's you personally that people are interested in, and not the game that you're playing. So it's like, oh, this is the channel that now has like 1 million subscribers and stuff. People will watch like whatever you make because you are the interesting part. Now you can do whatever you want. And then now that you get into variety stuff, it's like now you're just here for the variety content specifically, and you keep going with it. You like keep a lot of money from it. That's right. But what I did was like, I think I had more ideas for things that I wanted to do other than Rain World that I never really got around to doing. Kind of like out of this feeling that maybe I could improve in the future. That maybe not only the door opening. Sorry about that. Some door opened and I like freaked out, and this guy shows up right in my face. Well, I'll probably just take the other one, but I'll just get this. You guys can have fun over there. But I was thinking like, what if I can in the future do better streams, maybe make videos out of the streams, you know, maybe make better content out of these games that I play. And in that case, what am I saying? Sorry. Sometimes I lose track of things very easily. Okay, I was thinking maybe if I'm gonna play this game that I really like, I'm probably only gonna do it one time. And if I'm gonna do it one time, I'd rather do it very well, right? So I'm gonna wait on like the games that I really like, that I think are really special, and I'd want to like put a lot of effort into making videos and streams about them. If I were to stream this game now, maybe like a year ago, you know, if I were to stream this game, maybe I would not know how to make it into interesting content, or that I don't like. I think ideally, I would like to make videos out of these streams, maybe like highlights, maybe oh, well, okay, maybe at like the very least, or not, no, the opposite would be like like an in-depth video about the game, and then the stream would be like background footage, you know. If I could find a few more items very easily. Well, tattered metal sheets aren't most valuable. Like, basically, I didn't want to waste my inexperience on really good games. So I only played Rain World, which that kind of makes it sound like I don't like Rain World, but I think maybe my skill at the game made up for it a bit, where it's like, the point is not that I'm making interesting content about Rain World, there's already plenty of really interesting videos about the game. The point is that I'm playing it and I'm hopefully good at it. Right. And I especially realized that after after realizing I was actually able to get world records. Okay, I guess we'll just take this back. I didn't really find much today. But now it's like, I know that if I really needed to, if for whatever reason it was like absolutely required, I could probably make a video out of these streams. even in a very, very basic sense, downloading the streams and then editing out all the boring parts or where nothing much is happening, and maybe to have like an hour-long highlights video, but like then it's like that's not really that interesting. I would need to like put more effort into the editing, and it's like the problem with me is that the higher my standards, the less likely I am to actually do it at all. I can imagine a very high quality video and being like, okay, this is what it would look like. These are like, this is where I talk about this. This is where I'd use this this clip. You know, I can think about all that stuff. But then it's like, oh man, that would be really hard to make, and I don't know how to do that. I have to like learn how to edit these things, and find all the clips and maybe like add like voiceovers and stuff. And so thinking about putting more effort into things makes it more difficult to even get started. So I guess the best way to approach it is just to put in minimal effort and just do something. Like, here's a video. Who cares? I'll put it out there. Okay, I made a video. Let's make another one, but let's try better this time. You know, what are some ways that I can improve it? You know, and just kind of keep doing that gradually until I have something that I'm satisfied with, which would never happen. So I would do it forever. Yeah, there's some. A lot of fun creatures we encountered. There was a giants too. That was the main concern. Yeah, that's. I didn't miss your previous matches, by the way. If you get bored of Rain World, that's yeah. I mean, I've gotten bored of Rain World. I've played this game for over a year consistently every week. That's another small problem. It's like if I do the same thing repeatedly, people are gonna get bored of it. But if I don't do the same thing, people are not gonna be interested at all. If they go some random game I've never heard about, I'm not gonna watch this one. And that's just kind of how it is. Or even if it's not a conscious decision to like not watch a stream because it's not something you're interested in, the YouTube algorithm might decide that and say, hey, this stream, you know, the tags, the content, the title, whatever, it's not what you're usually interested in. We're not going to recommend it to you at all. Dead end. Which maybe is telling me that I should have some sort of system for notifications outside of YouTube or Twitch. Like some people have a Discord server where you can just ping everyone when you do a stream, like, hey guys, here's a stream. It's like, okay, at least you're aware of whenever there is a stream. Or if I had like a schedule. You can say, oh, here's the streams for this week. You know, here's what I'm interested in. I'll try to show up at those times for those streams. Fun landmine placement. Fun nothing, that path. It is crazy. And I've gotten tired of it plenty of times. And I think maybe I am tired of it right now. Like literally today I was like, you know, playing Remnant again. Let's play Lethal Company instead. Did I just miss that? Yeah, YouTube really YouTube is the one ultimately that decides whether you get notified of something or not. Did I really just get 2 items from that? Wow. If it decides that you aren't interested in something anymore, whatever that means, then it just forgets about giving you notifications at all. Or not even notifications. I mean, that's its own problem that like barely functions. I think mostly it's recommendations. So if you're just on YouTube, the recommended videos that you get, you know, whether you see something or I don't know. The problem is that I don't really like either solution. 2 minutes or 55 minutes. Like having a schedule or a Discord server, I don't really like either of those options. Oh, I have very low stamina. That was a bad move. Can you guys leave? Yes. Well, now do I want to keep getting these? I think I'll be fine. You can like do some tech, you like jump off of that. Missed. Ah. Having a schedule, the problem with that is that I don't have a schedule for myself. I usually decide on what I'm going to do in a stream on the day that I stream. I realized that I'm not supposed to, Oh, they're just wandering now. That's very dangerous. Oh, I really died from that. I don't understand how they work. You should be able to avoid them if you're at full sprints with no weights, but I guess not. Maybe I should have just left it on the ship, and maybe the bees would have found it on their own. But leaving the bees wandering around like that is like a way to kill yourself very easily. And there goes all my items. Let's land this file. I want to focus on getting somewhere specific. Maybe dying. Yeah, I want to go to dying. There's some new stuff going on there. But I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too bad to like decide like, okay, for this week I'm gonna be doing these games, you know. And sometimes I do decide on a schedule, especially when it's not Rain World. I think Rain World is the main problem with that. And that oh yeah, I've seen those videos. I'm aware of how the AI works. The problem is that I don't know. The problem there was that I made a mistake. Okay, this yield sign makes things difficult because I don't know if I'll be able to make it back to the dropship. Anyway, I guess from Rain World, like, it's mostly about like what do I feel like doing. Like in the moments. Like right now, do I feel like playing Spearmaster? No. Do I feel like playing Artificer? Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to wait a bit longer on that one. Recently, I was running Artificer Story % again. Hold on, I gotta actually get this before it leaves. I think it's like 9:25. All right. I guess if I also I don't know what's going to happen in a game. If let's say that I'm playing some new game that I'm not familiar with, and it has some definitive ending. Okay, how many streams do I schedule for that game? Well, I don't know. How many streams will it take to beat it? I just don't know the answer to that. I could try to guess. Like maybe two streams, maybe 3 streams. Maybe if I just get the time wrong, I should just do something else instead, or just say, hey guys, schedule's changed, you know. So it really wouldn't be that bad. And okay, I don't like these rooms. Nice. Yeah, that's something I worry about. What if I have just a tiny little bit of the game left and I don't know? And I'm like, alright, time for another stream, we're gonna play this game, and it's over. Like, then what do you do? think I have enough to bring back. I think I want to go to the fire exit again. I feel like I could have kept going there. I didn't need to drop that. What's even crazier are the streamers who stream for like half of the entire day, and they just kind of do whatever they want. Like, oh, let's play this game. Oh, let's like watch YouTube videos or something. Yeah, I guess I'd have some idea, some like set of games that could just kind of work whenever. Like, oh, let's just go do this for a bit. That could be Tetris or Rain World. I mean, what would I like? I don't know. I feel like I don't want to play more Rain World than I already do. It kind of makes it sound like I don't like Rain World. The game is amazing. I've just played it too much. I need to like ration it out. Like, okay, I'm only gonna play it for 4 hours this week on this day and that day, and I'm gonna do these things, and that's gonna be it. I don't even watch Rain World streams anymore, which is kind of sad because that's like the rest of the community, you know, kind of detached from their players because they'll do streams, and it's like I don't even engage with that at all. I'll make one more trip into the fire exit. See if I can get one more inventory's worth of stuff. Maybe apparatus too. And the other alternative is to have a Discord server where I could have notifications there. Just say if you want to be notified for streams, join the Discord, and like have a role. The problem with Discord servers is that they're meant for talking with people. And for me, I don't like talking on Discord servers. If I ever join another server, I pretty much only just lurk there. Maybe I'll either like read other messages, or I only am there for like the notification, or I'd like forget about it and they kind of stack up. I'm just end up being in a bunch of servers for no reason. I should probably leave. But the idea of like making a Discord server, and also it's like, personally, I find it annoying when people tell people to join their Discord server. It's like, hey, join my Discord server. And it's like, you are some random person that I like stumbled across on YouTube. I don't care about your Discord server. And I think that's like totally reasonable if you feel that way about me. That's an open event. I am also just some random. Oh, great. I'm also just some random person that most people probably don't care about unless you like regularly join the streams, you know. Whenever someone's like, join my Discord server, I don't care at all. And I feel like I feel that way about if I were to do the same thing. If I were the one being like, I have a Discord server, make sure to join. Oh, that one, it wasn't even locked. Oh, that's nice. Well, that's pretty much exactly what I was looking for. And also, if I make a Discord server that's about me, the point of the server is that it's my server. Yeah. Like, would it be weird to like be a lurker on my own server? To not want to okay, I just need to like position myself. Like, hey, join my Discord server. By the way, I'm not going to be active at all. Shoot, I'm actually kind of lost. Oh wait, it's this path, right? Yeah. The loot book took the thing I put there. And this is the, yep, we're here. It's kind of late, but we're still good, probably. And And also, I probably want someone else to moderate it. That's kind of I mean, kind of asking a lot of some random person like, hey, I'm gonna make a Discord server. Please, someone else do everything for me. I don't know. It feels like kind of pointless to have the server then. That was a pretty good day. Only day one. Foggy. Is that it? I guess that's the best option then. I can deal with this. I'm very familiar with this map. It's not even that bad up here. Oh man, there's actually a lot of items right here. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Maybe I didn't like clickbait hard enough. Last time I was carried by the update. Like, new update. Like, I'm not bringing any attention to it now. This is the new update, by the way. Although I don't think I've noticed anything new. I haven't like seen any of the new like creatures and stuff. Big fan of this map. Oh, funny sound effect. Look in here real quick. I'm giving you plenty of space. You can hang on your own little room in the corner. That's actually where I came from. Yeah, the barber, I have not seen them in game yet, and that's actually part of why I'm here. I want to look for them later. They do look simple. Yeah, I guess I'll say simple. There's not much to them. I guess either make the jump or oh, don't need to. Oh, still locked. Ooh, that looks like a room. That looks like a room I would like to go to. What's that sound again? Apparatus. Don't mind the steam going through the floor. Looks like my paths are all blocked off. This is just a key lying around somewhere that I didn't notice. Well, still got a lot of stuff. I'll drop these down. I mean, I could just drop those items down. I don't know why I did it like that. It's still quite early in the day. We got time. Personally, I don't understand what determines how many viewers show up for a stream. Some days I'll be doing some random speedrun that I've done 100 times already, and like 15 people show up, and it's like, why are you guys all here all of a sudden? I have a feeling that there's maybe a little bit of a feedback loop, positive feedback loop, where the stream has a lot of viewers, it's more likely to attract new people, because you'll see the stream and you're like, oh, there's like 10 people here. That means the stream is actually like active. Whereas if you see a stream with like 2 viewers, it's like, oh, nothing's going on. You know? So a stream either gets a lot of viewers or not many at all. But whether or not that happens, I have no idea. Like for Rangworld, there was a time where I did like only Spheremaster speedruns for a while, and those streams did very well. And it's like I've just been doing the same thing for like several weeks in a row. Why are like the number of viewers going up? Nothing's changed. I guess I'll go ask. Was that a creature? No. Any bees? No. I don't know if it's people deciding not to watch, which is totally reasonable. By the way, if you just don't feel like watching a stream, or if you've got tired of what I'm doing, any reason at all, it's like totally valid. I appreciate anyone who does decide to show up. But sometimes I also worry that there's some number of people that would like to watch the stream, but just don't know that it's happening, or like they're busy and they forget about it. I guess if they're busy, they should be focusing on that instead. But it's just like if you just forget about it. It's like, oh, I forgot there was a stream today, and it's a game that I like, but like if I knew you were streaming this game, I would have watched. Like, how many people feel like that? Not a fan of this turret placement or this event. That's a key. Okay. I know what I must do. Oh, you took that? I could take it back. No. We already got this item, and we can go and grab the apparatus. If I don't die to dogs. Which could happen. Side effects break? Yeah, side effects are like weird. It's like very quiet. Apparatus was here, but there was a room that was locked. Yes, over here. There's stuff in here. I can't take it all. Stop sign. What is it more worth it to bring the apparatus? I guess so, yeah, over any of these items. I guess the least worth. No, 42. It's the stop sign. I could drop the flashlight, which is actually the best option, because it's not really worth anything. But I would need to buy another flashlight the next day, and that would like take up some time. I guess I maybe should have done that. I don't know. Very heavy. There we go. Now, it's late, and I can't see anything. Flashlight is not helping. I think how horror games all somehow... Okay. They all somehow managed to make flashlights like way less effective than they actually should be. Or maybe I don't know how effective a flashlight really can be. Most of the time, if you're in a very dark room, with like no natural light at all, you turn on a flashlight, you can now see everything. It makes a huge difference to go from complete darkness to a little bit of light at all. And if you have like a big flashlight like this one that's in Lethal Company, that should work very effectively, yeah? And what's really nice actually is the horror game flashlights that are like a little like a spotlight. Hold the flashlight. Like you can only see this one little spot on the wall. Damn, 2 worms. They're waiting for me. Hello. Oh, whoa. Hey, people. Welcome to the stream. That was a really good day. Very lethal. Has it really been that lethal? I'd only died once. Eclipse. Well, that's not good. I want to get adamants. I kind of don't like adamants. It's such a... But Vow is kind of bad too. I'll try. Last time, you guys should have seen what happened last time I was on adamants with the dog. Yeah, something that's a little bit sad is that we go to moons, alien moons, and it's like generic forests and like cliffs and like snowy, you know, like the biomes are like not that unique key for like how much potential there is. There could be a lot more variety in the environments. So I'll take this. Not much. Did I scan something over there? You gotta be real fast on this map, or like 1,000 creepers show up. Okay, in a situation like this is not worth going to. I'll spend a long time wandering around those tunnels, not finding anything. Oh, 8 meter too. Oh, slime, you're stuck back there. Isn't that sad? Wish I could see what was on the other side of the door at all. Nothing. Well, that's wonderful. It's like I will just have to hang out there alone forever. well, let's head back. Let's try. I could run back with one of these, right? Like the creature designs. I feel like the older creature designs are better. That were in the first versions of the game. But some of the new creatures feel... I don't know if it's like... They feel weird because they're new. Well, alright. This is like just barely the limits of the weights. It's like, do they feel weird because they're new or because they actually are different? I don't know. Nutcracker, though, is very, very, they're high tier. High tier creature design. The sound design, the way they, like, move around really weirdly. Everything about them is great. Except for the chakra farming. Like, the way they affected the meta. And which, like, strategies are, like, ideal for high quota runs. I'm not a huge fan of that. If you manage to kill a Nutcracker, you can take the shotgun. And it's a very powerful weapon. It's maybe too powerful because you can then kill other Nutcrackers much easier. And they no longer become a threat at all. So you basically just acquire an infinite supply of shotguns. You can kill any creature that can be killed. So Brackens, Thumpers, what else? I don't know. But a lot of creatures suddenly become way less dangerous. And you become way more aggressive because you have you don't need to worry about these things anymore. You have a way to deal with them. It feels like that's like a horror game, more like a, you know, it's you just kind of like run around and like kill good creatures, grab items. This is super risky, by the way. Heading back for the fire exit. I don't know if this is a... I don't see anything super dangerous at the moment, but that could change very quickly. A nice lag spike. Just leaving it in there. Oh, I don't like that. Apparatus. No, I don't mind that. Oh, you know what? We're heading back. Quite heavy though. Try to just run as fast as possible back to the ship. There are creatures out now. Now this bridge might collapse. We're fine. You can only jump on that a certain number of times before the bridge collapses. Oh, great. Dude, I just want to go. Yep. He's looking the other way. Goodbye. I guess for the new creatures, like the, what have they been? The big mech. The fox, the barber, the butler. Has there been any other indoor monsters that have been added recently? I feel like with I feel like for like Lethal Company monsters, I expect some sort of trick, some sort of gimmick that changes the way that you interact with the creatures the moment that you encounter them. So you see the coil head, and you immediately need to look at the coil head. Yeah, the jumping snakes. They're not like too impactful though. They're just kind of fun little creature. But like the Bracken, you have to look at them and then look away, and then you have to like watch your back so that they don't sneak up on you. The Jester was like not dangerous at all, but you had a time limit all of a sudden. And you had to like either rush out of the facility as fast as possible or die, basically. You know, let's sell everything. Maybe not everything, but a bunch. I think the most interesting creatures are the ones where there's some sort of interesting interaction. Actually, the Nutcrackers have one too, where if you move, they can't see you if you're not moving, right? So you end up in these really tense situations where there's a Nutcracker and you just have to stand still and hope that it can't see you. Where it's like, if you encounter this creature, the run is not over. You can keep going. But if you mess up like the strategy that you need to follow, then you might die for that, you know. With the butlers, I think that my problem with the butlers is that they are not easy to deal with single player. Because their mechanic is that I'm very heavy. They attack you if you're alone, but if you're in a group, they're chill, right? So I guess the strategy for them is to stick together. But you can't do that when you're not with anyone else. So they did become another creature that just attacks you, you know. And the Barber, from what I've seen, is basically just another creature that just attacks you directly. It's not any like trick to avoid them. It's just that the way that they exist, it's unique, you know. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen the new creature. But I think the way they work is that they're invisible until they get close to you. And they move in this these stepping patterns. They'll take a big step forward and then pause and then take another big step forward. And if you touch them, they just kill you. So it's like kind of freaky because they make this really loud noise when they move. So it's like you have to really watch out for if they show up because you can't see them, you know. But I don't know if there's a counter to that other than just avoiding them, right? If you just hear... You just hear the sound and you're like, oh, watch out for that creature, you know? Oh, I have a lot of money. I could buy a jetpack. It's very cheap right now, actually. That would actually kind of make it worth it. Sure. Well, the Dyne fire exit is very close. So it's like jetpack is not even necessary. I guess if I want to go to the main entrance, I could do that. I have not seen the Fox yet. I wanted to see how the Fox has been updated. I have enough money. I'll get a shovel too. And I'll get some from the overtime bonus. Some money. I mean, I have one item left. I might as well sell it. Not getting much from keeping that around. Now, hopefully they fix all the bugs with the jetpack dealing damage to you randomly. Because that was the most annoying part about using it before. or where the charge would run out randomly. Okay. I think the most interesting creatures are the ones where you see it and you're like, okay, time to change my behavior, you know. And then I'll be safe, but this makes things more difficult. Like the idea for the creature that I had, where they kind of like are this weird creepy thing that kind of just lurks around, and they don't really move much. They just kind of sit in one spot. Maybe they teleport. Maybe they teleport around randomly, so you'd encounter them multiple times, but every time you encounter them, they wouldn't be moving at all. And so you'd see them, and they just kind of sit there and observing you. And if they smell any fear, then they attack you, right? So you need to be very calm. You need to be quiet. So you need to walk slowly. If you run around or make erratic movements, or make a loud noise, then they kill you. So it's like they're like not too dangerous, like you can deal with them. But if in combination with other creatures, you might be freaking out. You run away from them, and then suddenly this other guy shows up and he kills you because you're being too aggressive, being too active, you know. I think that's the kind of creature that would be fitting. Eclipsed. Sure. The weather is really annoying. It can, especially Eclipse, it just makes things so much more difficult. You can barely get anything done. Let's try to I should have waited to pick this up later, but there's gonna be some awful creature immediately, by the way. If I see a butler, they're gonna just try to kill me. They do wait a little bit. They're not that mean. Oh, okay. Well, I have any creature to spawn immediately. I appreciate this one. Do I even bother with two-handed items? I don't think so. I think that's inefficient. I can carry much more smaller items with my jetpack. Also, these are very open rooms. I like to leave behind items I find as like... Oh, okay. Don't look at her. See, the ghost girl is actually... That's him. I don't mind the ghost girl. Because there's a counter and it's just not looking at her. Well, not if she just spawns right in front of you. I didn't mean to do that. She's just gonna try to kill me soon. Oh, they're very close. Fire exit. They're probably like down here. I kind of would rather just leave them alone. You know, as I was running around with that guy, I kind of felt a bit of like hesitation. Like, it really prevents you from moving quickly because you might just run straight into him because you can't see where they are easily. What was that? I think maybe there's value in that. If you hear that noise, you just need to be careful because that was a mistake. I think I'm gonna head back. Well, there's like one more path I could explore. Over there. Over there. Oh, hello. That kind of was it's a loud sound. I think that might have been the butler. Like footsteps. So now we leave. And that works really way too well for me, just ramming myself into the cliffs. Oh, well, GG. Hey guys, welcome back. I couldn't see the chat because it was broken. Dude, that's the problem now. I didn't like look at her and then she just like, oh, you're dead now. This is the company building. Oh, whatever. I'll save time by exiting out again. Alien being. Does it really matter what they are? I mean, aren't these all aliens? They're all on like these random moons. Honestly, it's strange that they're the same set of creatures for every moon, you know? Why can I find the same like creatures in all these different locations? By the way, moving your camera does not move the jetpack. So if you want to fly forward, you can't look forward, you have to hold forward to rotate yourself forward. So you can angle yourself forward and then look up to see where you're going, but it won't change the so many landmines. It won't change the direction that you're moving. That guy spawned like right next to me. That was very loud. Also, Bracken. Is that a candy? 8. That's not even worth bringing. Hey, dude. That's why I wanted to go upstairs, because the Bracken is downstairs. Actually, I appreciate that the new creatures, the fox and the barber, are like very loud. You hear them before you see them. I appreciate that. It bothers me a little bit when creatures make no noise at all. And they just sort of kill you out of nowhere because they're like hiding behind a corner, like the Bracken especially. Although that's the whole point of the Bracken, of course, that they are just sneaking up behind you. I guess that there's reason for there to be creatures like that. But I just like to know that a creature is there, and it's like, oh shoot, this thing is gonna happen, and you know. Bracken. He didn't see me, which means actually the timer's not started yet. I think they're like down there. Hey, dude. You know, I'm good. I don't know what my mistake was. I couldn't see anything. Did I run into something? Did I fly too high? Yeah, I don't know. I'm resetting because I actually want to like experience something and not just like die and then have to reset. And it's eclipsed, so you know, high chance of death. Maybe you're going too fast, because the way I thought of the jetpack, the way that I thought the jetpack worked is that if you hold the button down for too long, then it like overheats and it blows up, right? But I was still tapping it. Maybe I was tapping it too quickly and not like letting it go for long enough to cool down. Wonderful. Oh, keys. That sounds like someone I don't like. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that. If it's a butler. I guess I mean, I've seen what the barber looks like, and they look kind of strange. Like maybe they're not, their model of quiet wasn't finished. Oh, shoot. Okay, actually, if it's just you, then I don't mind. Can I get this bottles? Actually, I can't. I don't want to bother with that anyway because 2 ended items are bad. As I was jumping again, I thought that landmine was an item. It's like, shoot, I have to go back and get that. Dude. Oh, dude. I can get that pretty easily. Kitchen. Oh, shoot. Too many items. I think, okay, hold up. Fast, fast, fast. Taking unnecessary risks for the company. Hey, loot bug, I'm gonna take your item, if you don't mind. Oh, that's just wonderful. Didn't see me. One more trip. Maybe I flew too close to the sun. Ouch! I was taking quite far falls for a while. I was like, oh, fall damage isn't really that bad, and now I'm critically injured. It's okay. I'll be fine. Wonderful. I really like the Jester, by the way. I think they're one of the best monsters in terms of fear. I don't know what a good way to put it is, but there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of like wondering what is going to happen, because you know something's going to happen, but you don't know when and you don't know what. I mean, I know what I know what they're going to do, and I know that you want to get out of there as soon as possible. Actually, not even as soon as possible. I guess that's the next best element, is that it's green. How far can I keep going while this Jester is in the facility? All right, no bad weather at all. I actually really like using the jetpack here. I think this is like a decent strategy. I can see. Isn't that wonderful? Look at this nice environment that you couldn't see it all last time. And now you can't see anything either. All right. Only took 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You know, it's funny when games have like time systems. Like Stardew Valley, for example, where the whole day is like only a few minutes long, but you know, the clock has to still work normally, so it ends up like distorting time a whole lot. Oh, really? That's all I find. Like minutes pass in seconds. It's like, you know, it makes sense for a gameplay perspective. Of course, time can't actually, like a whole day can't actually be a day long, because you need to be like, the game needs to be like small chunks, you know. There's the key. Actually, are there any games that do that, where a day in game is actually a whole day? IRL. I think that games that do that will not have any mechanics attached to the time, because the problem is having to wait for something to happen, you know. Like, oh, this thing only happens at noon. Well, time to like wait a few hours for that, you know. That's like kind of frustrating. So it's like, oh, the just pointing at that door. Well, that was worth it. So it's like, did I just hear something? Maybe depending on the actual like RO time of day, that determines the like what it looks like outside, but the like visuals don't actually affect gameplay at all. Pokemon? Once you really, well, that kind of mechanic, I mean, I'm not a fan of that either. That kind of like daily reward system. I mean, I'm sure that's not like a problem in Paper Mario. That game's great, but in other games where it's like you can only do this thing once a day, the point is to get you to only play a little bit every day, so that you don't get bored of it. You keep playing the game for a long time. A lot of mobile games do that, because if you can play all the content at once, you might, if the game is good, you might play it all in like a few hours. And then you get bored of it and you leave, and you're like you leave satisfied with your experience. But we can't be doing that. We can't have people stop playing the game that they might spend money on. Gosh. Okay, at least this one is somewhat valuable. So what you do is you only let them play for. Oh man, now I'm finding all the good items. Actually, candy. So like here, you can play, you can either only play for a limited time every day, or you get like significantly higher bonuses, better rewards for a short period of time, like daily reward, or like a short bonus that you get just for like logging in. I haven't seen any monsters, which makes me think that I'm gonna see them soon. I don't know any better way to put it. I think the jetpack strategy worked so well last time, despite the giants. Or... Yeah. Even though there was a giants there, I still was able to bring back most of the items. So I can probably keep going, and this is not eclipsed, right? See? Locked. Wow. I mean, I guess the key was right there, so... effort matched the reward. Huh. I don't like those eggs. They're both dangerous. Oh my gosh. This game. They're dangerous, and they might... And if they blow up, then you lose the value, too. I'll go in real quick. There's a good item, like, right here. That's not worth enough. It wouldn't have... Animal Crossing? Yeah. I forgot about that. I think that is a ridiculous example of that kind of thing here. I'm not too familiar with those games, but I've heard that they can be kind of like that, where they everything takes a long time. Well, that's 2 nights. Everything takes a long time, so you end up playing the game for like many years, or like many months, I don't know. You can actually see them vanish for a second as their model gets unloaded. You can no longer see them. I know the giant saw me, how scary. Did I recharge it? I don't think I did. So, 1 trip back. I think only 1 trip back. Apparently if you land on your head, you don't take any damage. I don't want to test that. And that might have also been patched. But it's funny if it's true. And I really need to recharge this. I think it's valuable enough to take over the flashlight. I'll need to buy another flashlight, which means that if it's eclipsed, that's actually really bad. Tomorrow. Okay. I could go back and get it, but I feel like every flight is like risking something. That was a very good day. Yeah, 500. Only like half of all the items that were there. By the way, Dying is like the worst map for solo. Well, it's still good. I probably would not recommend it, actually. I mean, remember when it was eclipsed, I died like several times, and I had to reset every time save's coming a little bit. I forget where the items drop. I mean, I guess I could this is why I like the flashlight. Yikes. And ship is in this direction. I was wrong. And I'll recharge this. So the fire exit on this map is actually pretty close, and it's not unreasonable to walk there. I think the jetpack is very good, very effective, because the walk to main entrance is very far, but main entrance has way more like open path. Like there could be like more than 5 paths leading out from this single room. So it's like much easier to explore. If you find an area that you aren't comfortable with, just leave. There's like plenty of alternatives. Whereas the fire exit, it's like, well, didn't find anything good. That sucks. I do wonder if when we'll get another interior layout, because I mean it's definitely more complicated to design an interior that's procedurally generated compared to afterwards map where you can probably just like draw some random terrain here and there and then you're pretty much done. I mean, obviously it's more complicated. There's some there's a lot of effort put into it in terms of like balancing and the visuals, but just one thing that you need to make and then you're done with it. For procedural generation, it's like you need to make a lot of tiles, then make sure they all fit well together, and then make sure it's actually fun to play and it looks good. And you just like tinker with things a bunch, so everything works out perfectly. I thought one of these like these things, whatever these are called, that was like a monster coming out of this door. I feel weird calling them monsters. Kind of mean, isn't it? Maybe derogatory. Is that an item? No, the book. Why can't you take the books? They're probably worth something, right? It's like the in Rain World, I don't like to call them enemies. I like to call them creatures because they aren't enemies. They're just living, you know? It's like going out to a forest and calling some like random bear an enemy. That's kind of strange. It's just an animal, you know? It doesn't really want to like attack you. Maybe if you threaten its territory, or if it's really hungry. I don't know if bears whatever hunts a human. That's a bit of a lack of. Okay, never mind. Thank you, game. Locked. Well, the one time I don't have a key, filling up inventory space. I just heard a vent open. Oh, poor lizard. That's a very nice sound to hear. Just hearing something wander around, opening doors, making noises. It's like, what is that? What is that monster? What is this thing? And oh, it's a lizard. Oh, you are 1,000 times worse. Goodbye. I'm getting the feeling that I want to leave right now. Yeah, really feeling that. Oh, dude. That's like over 100 already. And as long as this guy doesn't just camp outside the exit of the ship, then we're chill. He's walking away. I think I appreciate the barber more after having to deal with them. Even though I haven't had any like direct encounters with them yet, just hearing them, like the noise they make, and also now knowing how they work, that they're invisible until you get close to them, it's like that. Yeah, I can understand the idea behind that. Where it's not something that is like, the design isn't really the important part. In fact, ideally you barely see them at all, and you only like maybe see a glimpse of the scissors, and like, oh shoot, I'm gonna get cut. Now, it would probably be a good idea to go in and grab at least a few more items, but I mean, by a good idea, I mean like for making money, but not for staying alive. No, not with a koi head. Never mess with a koi head solo. You will lose. You know, for most of the creatures in this game, for a lot of them that are like really hard to deal with solo, there are some changes made. Like Brackens are a bit less aggressive. Butlers are less aggressive immediately. And there's maybe a few other changes. Koi heads are the same. They are just awful. There's not really any counters to them at all. But once again, it's the kind of problem where, well, like how would you adjust a koi head to make it more fair, easier to deal with solo, right? Is there even a solution at all? That doesn't just completely ignore the way that they work? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I guess maybe. Oh, the problem is that a koi head existing isn't a huge threat because they're kind of like Brackens that can just kind of sneak up behind you and kill you without warning. So if you see the koi head first, then you're lucky. You're lucky that you didn't get killed instantly out of nowhere. 500. So the way that you deal with koi heads solo is you trap them behind doors, because it takes them a really long time to open doors. So what you do is you lead them into a room, close the door behind you, and try to close as many doors in between you and them as possible. And then you have like plenty of time to get to you know, get some distance in between you, and hopefully they will de-aggro and stop bothering you. But the problem is, now you know that there's a koi head somewhere, and if you forget about them, then you're likely to just die randomly from them, like showing up behind you, right? That's the problem. You can't just like leave them behind, right? I think maybe a good way to adjust them for single player, or maybe multiplayer too, because they can be annoying to deal with. Multiplayer too, if they just show up behind you and just kill you, you know. No. What if they had a much lower aggro range,
Your work keeps the company happy.
So the moment you get a few rooms away from them, they would no longer try to chase you. And maybe they wandered around much slower. So if you do leave them behind, it's going to take much longer for them to get back to you, right? And maybe make them a little bit slower or louder, or let you detect them sooner, right? Because the problem is that, you know, they show up behind you continuously, but if you can hear them, you can turn around and stop that. But they can often move so quickly, you hear them too late to even be able to turn around in time. I think I feel like... So here's the thing. I'm thinking about going to Titan. And I want to use the jetpack still. To get to the facility, it's much faster. You don't need to climb all the stairs, right? To bring the items back, I feel like it might be slower because you can use the extension ladder, or you don't need to use the extension ladder, but you can just drop the items off the ledge, right? And they will fall like pretty far down where you can pick them up closer to the ship. That's still really risky because if there's creatures down there, if there's dogs, if there's giants, you're not going to be able to run back and forth and like bring those items back that you've dropped on the floor. So the jetpack would be the safer option, but still it would be slower, right? Or maybe not too much slower. Okay, I'll do this. And also, we'll see what the weather is. Also, anyone who does high quota solo high quota runs, they're actually crazy. Because if you die, then the whole thing is over. You have to reset. Because normally, one person dying is not a huge deal. As long as like at least one person survives, you keep all the items on your ship, so you can keep your stockpile going. If you're solo and you die, you just lose all your items immediately. And that basically ends any long-term run. If you like die on the first few quotas, you can recover, but you won't be able to make it as far because you can't like keep those items that you got on the earlier days. Because the strategy for a high quota is to like stockpile as many items as possible. So even the first few quotas are really important. You can start stockpiling items. Okay, foggy is manageable. Flooded Dine I think is still pretty bad. Fire Exit's good though. Stormy Rend obviously not. I'll try still. And I like to bring a shovel with me. I think I will. Because the mask guys are much more common on Titan. And they can really mess things up, make things way too difficult. So if you just have a shovel, you can deal with them real quick. Clean. Okay, still on mansion. That sound effect again, the tube. Any doors back here? Yes. Now, actually, I believe they fixed the problem with Titan before. So, the way it worked before is that every map had some scale multiplier. That was redundant. They have some sort of scaling factor that would determine how many rooms spawn. And so you know, Assurance might have a scaling factor of like of like 1. March had like 3, or close to 3, like 2.5 or something like that. Offense had like 1.7. I'm making these numbers up kind of. But the idea is that, you know, it's pretty easy to have the procedural generation work. It's just one number that determines how many rooms should be created. And that determines how big the map is, how spread out the loot is. That's pretty relevant quality of the map. Now mansion rooms are different. Each mansion room is much larger than a facility room. It's like this might be one room here, and this is huge, right? That's just a key. So the mansion maps, Rend and Dine, they had pretty low scales. The scale was like 1 and like 1.2 or something like that. Is that a turret? Yes, it was. The scaling of those maps were much lower to make up for how big mansion tiles are. Now, Titan... Hey, dude, I love seeing a bracken because it means that you're not going to be... You're going to be safe for a while, right? Dude. He wants to walk this way. Oh my gosh, I hate that sound. You know what would be funny? If we just played a really loud sound for fun. Oh, that's a turn. Did it see me? Ah. Goodbye. Now is a great time to bring items back. Now this I totally forgot to just bring the ladder back at all. Here, let's drop some items back and carry the rest with the jetpack. See, that's nice. I think I'm done too. I'll just bring everything back. I could go back for a... Let's check the fire exit too. How many... That's actually kind of worse enough. I mean, okay, if the dog is on the ship, I'm basically dead anyway. But it's good to keep those out of the way. I'd really like to make sure that there's no big monsters out here. I probably shouldn't have used the jetpack. It's fine, let's just leave. Bracken and Nutcracker, and there's probably more in there by now. I definitely could have stayed there for longer if I just waited for the Nutcracker to calm down. Let's get this out of the way. I think that was like a mediocre day. Like that could have been a lot better. I feel like mansion maps, like Titan. Oh shoot! I kind of hit the mic around. Hopefully that's didn't break anything. Titan is absolutely designed for big groups. There's just way too many items for you to ever get on your own. And the items tend to be of a bit lower quality. Foggy, well, that's good. So it doesn't really matter if the items are lower quality as long as you can get them all, right? Let's bring the extension ladder too. I'll be carrying a lot of items. Extension ladder, double jetpack. That's a lot of fun. Alright. And facility. That's slightly scary. I don't know what the hitbox is for that. Oh. That looks like a fruit. Oh! That was close. I got very close to that spike trap. Loot room. Oh, fire exit, that sucks. It's bad that when the fire exit is really close to main entrance, because ideally, like, the fire exit is a place to check, is a way to check, like, deep into the facility, so you don't need to, like, keep, like, going through long tunnels. That's a lamp. That's a hairdryer. I want to be careful in these rooms because there's so much open space for there to be a turret. Oh wow. Do I care about the lamp? They're quite valuable, yeah? Not really. I don't think that's worth it. Do appreciate when all the items are right next to the and don't be scared of well, okay, it's right here. Why not take it? Don't be scared of turrets if you're really close to them, because you can just jump on top of a turret and it's basically harmless. It kind of sounded like footsteps. The main threat of turrets is when they're like at the end of a long hallway. They kind of block off access to the entire hallway. Don't like this. I don't even think there's a chance of an item spawning in there because of the way that generation works. Or like a big room like this. Like I know where the turret is, so I'm not too worried about it. Well, today is over. I guess I got a lot of items anyway. Did I drop that? I did. Get that down there. I think alternatively, the best option there would be to go to the fire exits and wait and hope that the cool head is not close. You know, you just can't deal with the cool head solo. It's just not possible. Even if you can like I guess if you really needed to, if you're like very good at the game, unlike me, you could maybe try to navigate while looking at the but there's a mask. That's really bad because I didn't bring the shovel. They're probably gonna be on the stairs then. If they're following me. Actually, if I go back and forth between here and the entrance, they might not even... See, they went down the stairs. Now I'm up here. Let's try to kill him. Yeah, any day now. There we go. Little bit scary to fight those guys because they can sprint at you at any moment. I'm charging this just because I'm paranoid. If you're like on the other side of the map, oh, guess that was unnecessary. If you're on the other side of the map and the jetpack runs out of charge, that really sucks because it's super heavy, 52 pounds. All of that you need to just carry back. Plus just like one less item that you can carry with you. That felt like a pretty good day, but Coalhead kind of messed everything up. It would be, you know, what would be an interesting mechanic? If it was possible to lock doors yourself. Maybe with a tool similar to the lockpicker, or maybe it takes a long time. So if you try to use it on like a thumper is chasing you, and well, it might actually be way too strong. Like let's say a thumper is chasing you, and you're like, oh, let me lock this door behind me, and then they will just break down that door. I'd honestly argue that a thumper should be able to break down locked doors too. Like they're pretty strong. I think they can overpower just a regular lock. Stormy kind of sucks, but it's not too bad with a jetpack. You can move quick enough to like for it to not be a problem. But I think that means I'm not going to bring any two-handed items with me. But it would be a really strong counter against coil heads and brackens, because those are the kind, or actually jesters too. It might be way too strong. Any creature that doesn't chase you super fast could potentially I'll take the shovel with me too. You can just lock them behind a door, and then they're no longer a problem. So bracken, if you like know the bracken is in a dead end, just lock the door and you're safe. If you I'll drop this off inside. I don't know if the loot bugs steal the whole jetpack. They probably wouldn't because they have no value, right? If you scan something, it has some amount of value, and I'm pretty sure that is what loot bugs use to determine if they want to take an item or not. So keys have a value of like 3, even though you can't sell them. So loot bugs do take keys. Okay, one more item in there. Not the dog. The robot is annoying because of dogs. That's fine. And I think I might have to check the fire exits for this one, because well, there's a locker room over here. It's not a locker room. It's just the lighting. The lighting looked like a locker room for some reason. This is okay. Here it is. I just sensed it anyway, and it's empty. Usually, Titan locker rooms are like packed. See, there's an item up there, and you know that checking up here is worth it. Oh, but actually getting the item. Okay, that was close. Perfect opportunity for Bracken to show up. Yeah. See, it is worth it to check up there. For one item worth like 30. 32. That was pretty close. And that's the turrets, so don't go that way. I think that's everything on this path, so fire exit now. There is something up there, potentially. I shouldn't have opened that. For whatever reason, that felt like I was putting items back on the ship. There's so many items in there. I don't know if I'll be able to. Oh gosh, that's a bit shocking. No, don't take that one. It's like the least valuable item there. Weird, like, weird that the sound keeps playing. I mean, the way it works is that the sound plays on your item. That was so close. I just landed in the ship. But I was panicking. See, that's the risk. If you're fast enough, you can probably consistently make it back to the ship in time. The jetpack is actually quite maneuverable. Like once you get it going, it's very responsive. Like the moment you let go, it starts falling, and then the moment you click again, it starts moving immediately back up. Is there a second item here? Yes, there was. If you see me like run past items, it's just because I'm like gonna pick them back up on the way back. I said that way better. Because it's something that bothers me when watching other people play this game, and this is like super nitpicky. It doesn't really matter at all. You can do whatever you want. You don't need to optimize every single game you play. But something that bothers me personally is when this guy shows up. No, when players bring items into the facility. Which happens in like a variety of ways. Oh my goodness, this is a huge maze. Don't lock yourself in. As I almost do exactly that. I believe Jesters also have a longer startup time. B-type engine. Not what I want to see. I'm just chasing this bracken down. Alright, I'll bring these items back then. Fish. I'm just very indecisive. Oops. Pretty sure the Jester. Now there's a risk. If the Jester saw me for the second I was outside, they might be winding up now, and so when I enter, they're gonna be like immediately mad. Which I guess wouldn't be a problem. I could just like leave again. to do this again. Oh, I guess I didn't want it. Still too early in the day to leave, but I may not go to the. You know what? Let's put fire exit. It might be far away from the jester. Did I just hold up? Make sure I didn't hear a masked. Okay, bells are super conductive, so that's gonna be a pain. Oh, I heard a coil head. You kind of like condition yourself. To listen to little sound cues. Maybe I really did hear the coil head. It did sound like the like that. It was just a fireplace, maybe. See, both of those items are very conductive. It was the jetpack. Okay, I could not explain what happened there. Did I die to the jetpack or the lightning or okay? There's a dog there too, by the way. If you didn't hear, it could have been a dog. Who knows? Well, I think that's a good time to stop then. Oh, this is version 56 actually, not 55. I guess like a small update counted, but I think that'll be it. Oh hey, welcome to the stream. I did not see your messages. The YouTube chat has not been functioning very well. This is like this has been a problem for a long time. I have no idea how to fix it. But sometimes the YouTube chat will just not update. So people will type in messages, but I won't see them until I like interact with the chat window, and then it like updates all the messages at once. Yeah, solo is very difficult. I mean, moments to moments, it's not too bad, but a very small mistake or like random events can just kind of kill you out of nowhere, and then you have to reset the whole run. I did a bit of save scumming this run because it's a bit annoying to restart from the beginning every time. I wanted to stick to the harder moons, so I didn't want to lose my progress. But in a real run, if you're doing like a competitive attempt at a high quota run for like some sort of speedrun leaderboard or just the completion in general, you would not be allowed to do that. You would have to do the whole thing without dying, and in that case, it's like significantly more difficult. You can play like safe. There's a way you can play safe and like get items very quickly and leave very quickly before any monsters spawn. No, more and more monsters spawn in as the day goes on, and they spawn more frequently later in the day. So you know it becomes very chaotic at the very end. And it's like, well, you pretty much just need to leave. But also, you won't get as many items. So for the high quotas, often you have to take those risks. You have to take those risks to go in, get items, even if it's a bad situation. Or if it's bad weather. Like if you pay to go to Titan, and it's eclipsed immediately, it's like, well, do I go to another moon and lose all that money that I spent going to Titan? Just because of bad weather. And if you go, you're probably going to die to the weather. If it's stormy or if it's eclipsed. Foggy is fine, but yeah, it can be a bit annoying. Anyway, that's going to be it today. This game is great. maybe not designed for solo experience. I would like to see that addressed in some updates, but obviously it's not the priority. But I'm glad this game is still getting at least some content. Also, the new barber creature monster thing. I understand that they're like pretty good, because you don't know where they are and you hear the sound and it's kind of like freaky. You just kind of like want to stay away from the whole area, but once you see them, it's actually not too scary because at least you know where they are and how to dodge them. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. See ya.